Nick, you're stupid.
Counting all these racks, money so long. I told her goodbye.
To what the hell is going on? Today we're gonna react to WWE. We're gonna react to people that never turned heel. I only could name probably two people that never turned heel. It's probably Rey Mysterio and John Cena. I really don't know anybody else. Rey Mysterio, John Cena. I feel like Goldberg just feel like Goldberg feel like Spawn or Deadpool or something. Like he was just out for everybody. That's about the only person I know, but yeah, I feel like Goldberg just don't matter who you is, he gonna stay the same. Rey Mysterio, he definitely never turned. He was always a babyface. What about Cody Rhodes? Cause Cody Rhodes ever here? I don't remember. But hey, let's get into the video. Let's see who it is.
Throughout a WWE superstar's career, they will likely undergo a number of character changes. With these character changes come heel and babyface turns. These turns allow the superstar in question to remain fresh and show fans another layer of their persona. Whilst it's common for superstars to flip between heel and babyface throughout their career, some WWE stars have remained a babyface throughout their extensive tenure in the company. On occasion, heel turns for these particular superstars have been pitched, but WWE higher-ups have rejected any creative plans that would see the superstar turn to the dark side and opted instead to keep them as a fan favorite. But which ones were they? Well, join us now as WrestleMania looks at 9 WWE superstars who never turned heel. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out WrestleMania.co.uk and our non-wrestling channel, Incredible. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. The inaugural Royal Rumble winner Hacksaw Jim Duggan has remained a beloved babyface during his two separate runs in WWE. Duggan was presented as working man's patriot, and for his entire WWE tenure he had fans on his side. It's unknown why the WWE never decided to turn him heel. It has been common in the past for patriot gimmicks to flip between babyface and heel. Take for instance Kurt Angle, Sergeant Slaughter and Jack Swagger. However, this never seemed a consideration for Duggan. Although Duggan never turned heel in WWE, in WCW, Vince Russo decided to experiment with Duggan's more villainous side. Following Duggan's infamous role as the WCW janitor, he would join heel stable Team Canada. This was a rather unnatural role for Duggan, and fans struggled to take him seriously as anything other than a heroic babyface. Number 8. Kelly Kelly. Kelly Kelly was virtually the face of the WWE's women's division for the period of 2011 to 2012. Whilst Kelly wasn't the best in-ring worker in the world, she tried her best to get better, and she had an organic connection with the audience. Kelly was in WWE for a total of 6 years, and during that time, she never turned heel. This means that Kelly is the only woman in WWE history to never turn heel. According to Kelly, during an interview with the Asylum Wrestling store, at one stage of her career, she went directly to Vince McMahon and suggested a heel turn, but it was ultimately rejected. She stated, "I didn't want to be a heel, I really did, and I remember I went to Vince McMahon's office one day because I was like, let me ask him what he thinks about me being a bad guy, and he was like, first off, let me see your bad guy face." And tried to have this mean look, and after 2 seconds, I started laughing. He's like, "That's exactly why you could never be a bad guy. Have a good day, Kelly. You're good." That was the one and only time I ever tried, and then I just left it alone.
I see trees of green.
I hate ass, man. What the fuck?
Number 7. Bruno Sammartino. Bruno Sammartino.
Now, if Roman Reigns catch Bruno, I think they said Reigns had to be the champion until like 2030 or something. Like, bro, really? It ain't even that serious. Just, that's insane. Somehow they need a, I ain't gonna say erase the man, but golly. What is it, 20? He gotta be champion 7 more years? That is insane. I mean, that man worked 5 days a month, 5 days a year. Like, it's insane. But 7 years?
Tino holds the record for being the longest reigning WWE champion of all time. And in those 2,800 days that he was champion, a heel turn was never considered. Bruno was very much WWE's golden boy, and turning him heel was virtually out of the question. During the 60s, pro wrestling was vastly different to how it was today, and talents weren't overexposed on television, and this meant that talents didn't need to flip between babyface and heel as often as they do now. Although Bruno never turned heel in WWE, it certainly would have been interesting for WWE to explore how this character and gimmick would have altered the WWE's heroic champion turning on the fans.
Bro.
Number 6, Evan Bourne.
It's so funny. I seen that man so many times but never knew who he actually was. That is insane. That is him. That's Bruno Sanders. I swear that he looked pretty good. He been wrestling in the 60s. Jesus. Oh yeah, Evan Bourne, high flyer.
Bourne. A former tag team champion, Evan Bourne was a WWE superstar between 2008 and 2014, and during all that time, Bourne remained a babyface. While his offense was certainly more inclined to a babyface wrestler, and his entire gimmick and presentation was suited to a heroic character, there was always that what if when it comes to Bourne. How would he have done in a heel role? Well, it's hard to say, and hard to give a fair answer without discussing what Bourne's character would have been. If WWE were ever going to turn him heel, the most appropriate time was when he was in the midst of a tag team run alongside Kofi Kingston. This tag team was extremely popular, and WWE had broken them up by having Bourne turn on Kingston, but WWE just didn't want to position Bourne in a different role. Number 5, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. In terms of the best babyface characters of all time, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is certainly a strong contender at the top of that particular discussion. Throughout his time in WWE, Steamboat was never once a heel, mainly because the connection he had with the audience.
I think I got about 2 more pauses, or 1. No wonder Triple H trying to rewrite history, because all these motherfuckers is old. People say I'm old, but Jesus Christ. Some of these people been here holding that title since not the title, but the record since like 70s and 80s. Like, no wonder. Who we got? We got Gunther, and we got Roman Reigns, who finna beat Hulk Hogan. He gonna beat Hulk Hogan. There's no question about that. But Bruno, I think they say Bruno dropped the champion. He held it for like 2,000 days, then he dropped it, and then he gave it back to him for another. Boy, that's insane. I guess people really didn't give a damn back then.
Audience was always positive, and they never grew tired of his character or matches. Although WWE never pulled the trigger on a heel turn, this doesn't mean that Steamboat himself didn't pitch a character shift. In an interview with the Post and Courier, the WWE Hall of Famer said he had requested to turn heel back in the early 90s, but this was shot down. The former IC champion stated, "Pat Patterson simply told me that it will probably ruin my career. I just wanted to experience what it felt like on the other side of the fence. As we all know, the heels have the most fun out there in the ring, and when you're a face for a long time and you turn heel, your stock value immediately goes up, especially if you're able to pull it off in the ring and on the mic."
Definitely gotta have
Number
mic
4,
skill.
The Ultimate Warrior. It's hard to picture the Ultimate Warrior as a heel, and that's likely why WWE never decided to make that creative move. For most of his WWE career, Warrior was one of the most popular stars on the entire roster, and even when he was feuding with the legendary Hulk Hogan, his popularity never dipped, and if anything, it increased. During this time period, Hogan claimed that he actually pitched that he should turn heel, and this would have made Warrior the default #1 babyface in the entire company. Warrior was also a strong merchandise mover, as his colourful persona opened the door for several merchandise opportunities, which WWE didn't resist capitalizing on. Number 3, Rob Van Dam. When Rob Van Dam signed with the WWE in 2001 as part of the Invasion storyline, he was initially a heel. However, RVD's popularity quickly took off, and it wasn't before long that RVD was one of the top babyfaces in the WWE. This babyface run would never end. WWE would never opt to turn him heel. In 2006, RVD was involved in the ECW vs WWE storyline, and even though he feuded with WWE's top babyface John Cena, he was still presented as a babyface. RVD was insanely popular as a face, and WWE never had a meaningful reason to make the change. Everything that WWE did with RVD, whether it was a mid-card feud with Christian, a world title feud with Triple H, or an oddball tag team with Kane, was met with unanimous support towards a former WWE champion. It wouldn't have made logical sense for RVD to have a shift in character motivations, and if WWE did turn him heel, the fans would have struggled to take him seriously in that role. Number 2, Goldberg. One of the worst booking decisions in WCW history was the decision to turn Goldberg heel. This was a decision which had drastic consequences for WCW's future, and some even cite this as one of the signs that WCW had clearly lost their way. When Goldberg debuted in WWE in 2003, they were insistent on keeping him as a babyface, and this was maintained for his entire 12-month run.
That shit crazy.
Goldberg
right
has been
there.
on a part-time schedule, making sporadic appearances since 2016, and although fans have sometimes booed him, he's never turned heel. Was this the WWE learning from WCW's mistakes? Or did WWE simply think nobody would be interested in seeing Goldberg as a heel? The fan response to Goldberg over the past few years has been less than positive. His continuous push in the main event scene and his victories over fan favorites such as Kevin Owens and The Fiend have led to a disconnect between him and the modern day audience. If the WWE's wishes to explore Goldberg as a heel, there's more chance of it succeeding right now than ever before. And number 1, Rey Mysterio. For the past 20 years, Rey Mysterio has been showcased in WWE as a heroic babyface who's always on the right side of morality. Mysterio as a babyface just makes perfect sense, as his image is kid-friendly, and Mysterio has maintained his position as a top merchandise seller for several.
I love kid-friendly heroes. I think they actually, I don't know why. I just do. Don't know why.
Years. Believe it or not, WWE did consider a heel turn for Mysterio. This was back in 2012 when Mysterio was in a tag team with Sin Cara. WWE considered turning Mysterio heel and having him feud with the Luchador. WWE hoped that this would elevate Cara to the next level, but ultimately they decided against it. There's never been any need to turn Mysterio heel, and it wouldn't have made financial sense to execute a turn to the dark side for one of the most popular superstars of all time. But there you have it, folks. 9 WWE superstars who never turned heel.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio wouldn't make no sense because he been the same way forever. So Rey Mysterio would have made literally no sense whatsoever. But you know, I'm surprised. I don't know why they didn't put John Cena on here. But anyway, like the video, like, comment, subscribe, share. Peace.